The original idea chain, suitable for everyone, ideally played by 2 to 5 people, and it will not take more than 30 minutes of your time. What you will need: post-it notes, a pen, 3 problem cards, 8 association cards, 4 negative cards, and 15 chain cards. How does it work? The game is aimed at building chains of ideas, with players giving challenges to each other. The first player starts with a problem card, and the player next in turn has to come up with a problem formulation based on the instruction of the card. The game continues in a clockwise turn manner, where each player puts one of his or her cards on the table, and the player next in turn has to come up with one idea based on that card in less than 45 seconds. If the card is an association card, the player has to come up with a new idea inspired by the instructions on the card. If the card is a chain card, then the player has to either build on, combine, or simplify the previous idea. If the card is a negative ideation card, the player comes up with a bad idea based on the instructions. The player next in turn has to transform the bad idea into a good one. The only rule is the next card put on the table can't break the chain of ideas indicated by the triangular arrow pointing to possible direction of ideas. An exception to this is the problem cards, where players are allowed to build new chains of ideas. So you can do this, but you're not allowed to do this. In case you want to make the game more competitive, here's some stuff you can do. 1. You lose your turn if you cannot come up with an idea in less than 45 seconds. 2. Each player has the right to use the wildcard once. The wildcard is used when a player has a great idea in mind for a challenge that is not theirs. When a player uses a wildcard, the player gets an immediate turn, which means some players might lose their turn. The player who first puts all of his or her cards on the table wins. The game can also be played without the competition elements. The non-competition works better in a workshop setting or when players are not yet comfortable working with creative ideation.